Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another episode recap and thoughts for Dragonball Super. This time it'll just be for one episode, episode 28, the start of the third saga, and it will be the Funimation dub of that episode. So we begin this episode with Goku and Vegeta on Beerus's planet once again, being trained by Whis. Suddenly, Champa and Vados, who we have seen before in the Golden Frieza saga, make their arrival. Beerus is awakened by it, and he's just in an irritated state where he just goes blasting everyone all willy-nilly. He blames Goku and Vegeta for it at first, too, before he eventually settles down after he realizes Champa's there, and he's not too impressed. Like, their exchange goes something along the lines of, "Well, that's a fine how do you do, Beerus?" "Oh, it's you, Champa. State the purpose of your arrival." After they all settle down and they meet up in one of Beerus's chambers, Goku and Vegeta are properly introduced to Champa and Vados. They learn Champa is a destroyer, much like Beerus. He's also Beerus's twin brother, but he's the destroyer for Universe 6. The universe that, of the main characters of the Dragon Ball franchise, the universe we've been following all this time is revealed to be Universe 7, probably to go along with 7 Dragon Balls, while Champa and Vados are residents of Universe 6. Now, Whis explains to Vegeta and Goku, and to the audience by extension, that there are currently 12 universes in the Dragon Ball franchise multiverse, and the universes whose numbers add up to form 13, so Universe 6 and Universe 7, Universe 1 and Universe 12, Universe 2 and Universe 11, just to name a few examples, are twin universes. Those are the universes that are the most similar to each other compared to other universes, but even though they're the most similar, there are still some notable differences between them. To go along with that similarity, Champa does bring up Namekians, so we do know Namekians do exist in Universe 6, as he is familiar with them. And as for more differences between these twin universes, well, we'll get to that. What happens is Champa's unexpected arrival is because he wanted to show off Universe 6's cuisine to Beerus, some type of egg. Goku thinks it's tasty, but Vegeta doesn't think it's anything special from a regular egg. Beerus and Whis then they provide Champa and Vados with some samples of, I believe it's instant ramen. It's ramen. I think it's instant ramen. But they show him ramen, and Champa and Vados love the stuff and find out it's from Earth. And Vados decides to search for the Earth of Universe 6 at Champa's request. While helping her find the location, Whis ends up revealing that Vados is his older sister. Eventually, they do find Universe 6 does have its own Earth, but it's a barren planet at this point. There was a very large conflict, so no more humans or Earthlings of any kind left to give Champa any Earth cuisine, and he's not happy about that. But then he suggests a way to get Earth. He wants to hold, because we find out that destroyers can't fight each other or else their respective universes will be destroyed. So what Champa has in mind is he and Beerus select 5 fighters to represent them, and they take part in a tournament. And whoever wins the tournament, whichever universe his team does, will get a wish on what Champa has been collecting. We've heard hints in the Golden Frieza saga appearances. Champa and Vados have been gathering something we find out that what they are is planet-sized Dragon Balls, which Champa dubs Super Dragon Balls, hence why the show is called Dragon Ball Super. He and Vados ended up collecting 6 of them. They're still trying to find the 7th one. But Champa is willing to wager them in this tournament. Champa says if he wins, he gets his wish for the Super Dragon Balls is to switch Universe 7's Earth with Universe 6's Earth, so he'll get the Earth that Goku and friends are from. As for Beerus, he's willing to let Beerus wish for whatever he wants on the Super Dragon Balls, since these Dragon Balls are said to be so powerful that there are no limitations to what you can wish for. Or if there are any limitations, we haven't seen them yet. And the episode does conclude with Goku and even Vegeta, to an extent, actually wanting to take part in this tournament, and they want to be 2 of the 5 representatives for Universe 7's team. Now for my thoughts, yes, I'm glad we're finally out of the retellings. We're in the non-retelling territory. Although I didn't mind the retellings, it is nice that we're finally getting into the territory that's newer. At least for the dub fans, because I know the sub fans are quite ahead. So. And we did get to hear them in their 2 previous appearances, but we get to hear more of Jason Lebrecht as Champa and Caitlin Glass as Vados. I really like their performances. I love the way they sound, and I love how they complement Jason Douglas as Beerus and Ian Sinclair as Whis. They just complement each other very well. And I also liked how we get to hear some more backstory for Universe 6 and the multiverse by extension. That was a nice treat, because admittedly the Dragon Ball franchise usually doesn't really go into lore too much, or we don't really get to hear backstories often, so it's a real treat when we do. And because I will admit that, like, as much as the Dragon Ball franchise is one of my favorite franchises, it is kind of a shame that we don't get to hear quite as much detail about some of its settings and backstories and what have you. So hearing this was a real treat for me, and I'm sure for many other fans as well. And as for the name of this saga, I've actually seen quite a lot of names for it. Champa Saga is one of them. I've heard Universe 6 Saga being used. I've heard Universe 6 versus Universe 7 Saga, and the Dual Universal Tournament Saga was another one I've heard. Not as often, but I have heard that. So which name am I going to go with for these videos? I'm going to stick with the Champa Saga, since I think you could say Champa's the main antagonist of the saga. Like Beerus before him, he's not evil, though. I mean, it's his job to destroy planets. But you could say he's the antagonist still, since he's kind of the one who's sort of setting up the conflict here. Earth could be switched to a different universe if they don't win the tournament. So, yeah, he's not a villain, but I think you could still call him an antagonist. And as for the specifics about the tournament, I think we'll be getting more into that in the later episodes, but I'm looking forward to this, and I like where we're starting. And I hope you'll be joining me as well as I go into more details for the Super episodes. Take care, and until next time.